My name is Todd Smith. I'm back. Hey, that's some good news that Microsoft bought Activision and Blizzard for $70 billion, which I think is a smart move. Is depending how Microsoft handled this. Throwing $70 billion just to play a monopoly on a gaming business. You better move fast for getting that cash because you just said pay $70 billion on it. I don't know whether y'all be throwing money at this stuff and then it come out bad after you develop the game. But anywho, um, is Sony's a dead man walking? No, and here's why. And it's a smart thing because it's an American company. Activision is an American company, so that makes sense. Versus what Alan Sessler said that Konami is going to Microsoft, which you never see a Japanese company never sell their business to a United States business. I never seen that before, and if they do, it's something new I don't know nothing about. But anywho, Microsoft, in my opinion, what I think about the whole thing, Microsoft needs to stop jumping before Sony because Sony like chess players. Yeah, everybody's celebrating, everybody happy that Microsoft bought Blizzard for $70 billion, but Microsoft should have hold on to that to E3. Now, when Sony come out with their state of play, they gonna come out with some new. Cause Sony turn around and ban small studios that they paying for it, and then they just using a whole good developer crews for it. Versus Microsoft just banning these big companies and still having a hard time pushing games out. They just showing off these big companies, but they ain't showing no games what they really issuing out. But hey, each his own. My thing is this: Microsoft needs to stop showing their hands first. Sony is nothing but a bunch of chess players. And when you go out there and then you say, "Oh, I bought Activision with $70 billion," then Sony gonna come out with something else to make the crowd go wild. So the thing is, it's a good thing, but at the same time, it's a Achilles heel. Not against Sony, but it's for Sony. Microsoft, keep on getting the arrow to their Achilles heel all the time, to their heel all the time. Every time they do this, stop being the first to show off your stuff first. When you gonna have a time you say Sony go first? Because this is Sony just throwing little bits after bits, so they not throwing nothing out there worth their while unless they had to. You keep on. This is how I learned how to defeat my enemies. A lot of them. I always let my enemies step before me before I bring out the ammunition. I ain't talking about physical gun. Before I bring out the ammunition, or what I have to do for them, that stand in my path. That's how I defeat my enemies. Well, at the same time, I always let them go first. Let them be an idiot first. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying the same thing with Microsoft. Stop putting your stuff out there first. Man, dude, E3 not even here yet, and you coming out like that and say, "Oh, hey, look, I bought Activision for $70 billion." It doesn't mean nothing. Is Sony a dead man walking? No, not at all. Because Sony will come back later, then come out with something else, then everybody like, "Oh, man. See, I hate Sony." See, that's what I'm saying. Stop it. Stop it today. Stop it today putting your stuff out there first. Because that's the first thing you doing. Sony just setting you up every single time. And they ain't going to come out in the garage and tell you what they got. Sony ever come out of the garage and tell you what they got. They going to ever do that. So while you going up here buying corporations and stuff like that, you better have these games ready for what you doing. You just can't keep on buying company and then you don't have no game ready when it's time to release. Because most of those studios that Microsoft buy, I ain't saw really none of them games that they brought out, that they claimed that they had. They never brought it out. But you see Sony all the time bringing out something what they paid for. What you get in should be able to come out. You should not able to buy something then nothing don't come out of it. So my thing is this, and I'm just doing it for future reference. And I can go back and look at this and say, you know what? I told you so. Because the thing is, Microsoft keep on jumping in front of Sony, moving their chess piece before Sony does. Then Sony turn around and then move their chess piece, and then knocking your horse or whatever, your kings or whatever out the path, and then they end up taking over the whole board. And you can't say it's not true, because many times Sony beat you in so many levels over and over again because you so rushed with the news. Stop being so rushed with the news. And be patient. Be patient. That's all you have to do. But I know you ain't going to listen to this anyway, but at the same time, you're going to continue to drop that ball. So only thing I wish for Microsoft, congratulations on buying Blizzard, Activision for $70 billion. I don't see nothing to it unless you got all these studios, but you got to put the muscles behind it and get these games out. Because you buying games, buying a studio don't mean jack. It's just like playing Monopoly. You're just making sure that other people don't get it, which Sony don't look like buying a American company like that. If they choose to do it, yeah. But at the same time, I don't see it. So that's my thoughts about this whole thing. About stop showing your hand first. Because when you just did that, because the console war already passed, Now it's up to developers and games. Everybody want to see the beauty of these games now, and that's all of us want to see, the beauty of the game. Not because you throw $70 or $70 billion at a company, then we don't see no results. Convince me now, Microsoft. Convince me to buy one of your systems, because I haven't got one yet, and so far I haven't been, interested in none of your system, but convince me. Because that's what Sony been doing to me. They've been convincing me all the time, I end up buying it. So, hey, my name is Todd Smith. You all have a wonderful day.